We've often heard the saying, children cannot learn on an empty stomach. And the Ministry of Education is heeding the call by ensuring that children receive proper nutrition while getting a well-rounded education. We'll give you details of a pilot school feeding menu during school zone. Also in the half-hour, tips on ensuring your wheels. I'm Adrian Atkinson. Those and much more after these messages.
Avoid, alter, accept. 3 steps to help you quit smoking. 3 things to help you kick that cigarette butt. Avoid places, people and things that encourage smoking. Alter the way you do things.
If you normally drive a certain route, and when you drive a certain route, you're going to pass a bar. Drive a different route, you don't pass the bar.
Get rid of ashtrays and all smoking apparatus. Breathe in and out. Drink some water. Count to 300. Go for a walk and hang around non-smokers. And after all that, accept that you need help.
With support, you're going to find, oh, I really feel better with support. Because the person who's supporting you is going to say, you know, I'm proud of you.
Do it one day at a time. Join the fight and quit smoking for life.
Good day, I'm Stacey Ann Smith, and this is your JIS News for Friday, November 22. Prime Minister Portia Simpson-Miller is calling on more inner-city residents to harness their potential and embrace the spirit of community that will allow them to witness the development they deserve.
Where communities are strong and united, we always have peace, and it's not difficult for development to take place in such a community. Sometimes we do not treasure where we live, and sometimes we do not have control over 1 or 2 persons in our community. But if the majority are doing well and setting the example, the others will think twice before they try to destroy.
The Prime Minister was addressing Thursday's launch of a water and sanitation project in the Rosetown community. Led by the Rosetown Foundation, it represented the completion of infrastructural works on Harris Street, costing $2 million, raised by His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales through a grant from Kuwait. The main road from Harris Street to Spanish Town Road was paved and water and sewer lines installed. Meanwhile, the Office of the Prime Minister is seeking to clarify media reports of an incident at the Rosetown function which involved the contact between a journalist and the Prime Minister's close protection officers. In a statement Thursday night, OPM said the issue arose after the Prime Minister answered the journalist's questions on the infrastructure development and indicated that she wished no further comment on the reinstatement of State Minister Richard Azan. The journalist reportedly then attempted to continue his questioning, moving toward the Prime Minister as her security personnel began to clear a path so she could proceed to inspect the community development project. The OPM insists that government fully supports press freedom and the right of journalists to ask questions of the Prime Minister, but this must be done with respect for the Office of the Prime Minister and in keeping with stated guidelines. The Jamaica House statement reminds that after a similar incident earlier this year, guidelines were established for the proper management of on-location interviews with the Prime Minister. It calls for advance notice and the clearance of interviews with the Prime Minister's on-site personnel. The Office of the Children's Advocate OCA has launched a landmark publication to improve the manner in which children are treated when they come in contact or conflict with the justice system. The Child Justice Guidelines is the first of its kind in the English-speaking Caribbean and was developed with funding support from UNICEF Jamaica. At Wednesday's launch, National Security Minister Peter Bunting applauded the publication but urged that all Jamaicans actively support the broader issue of ensuring that children are being raised in a safe environment.
And if we keep trying to address these issues just at the control end, which is once they're already engaging with the justice system or the correctional system, then we're going to have a perpetual supply of recruits to gangs and to criminal activities.
Drafting instructions have been issued for legislation that will enact Jamaica's succession to the Maritime Label Convention of 2006. The convention came into force on August 20 this year. It provides a comprehensive framework for the rights and protection of persons employed or engaged in any capacity on board a ship to ensure, among other things, decent working conditions.
The pieces of legislation to be reviewed are those which cover freedom and association right to collective bargaining, the elimination of forced labor, the abolition of child labor, and the elimination of discrimination in respect of employment and occupation.
And finally, the Ministry of Agriculture has endorsed the development of a sorrel picking machine aimed at enhancing productivity. Minister Roger Clark, who witnessed a demonstration of a prototype developed locally by Turner's Innovations, believes it's a tool that will get more farmers involved in the processing of the crop.
A machine like this, properly put in place, running efficiently, and this is just a prototype, we can have many of these machines all over the country, for that matter, and that would enable us to get the volumes that we need, because when one looks at the amount of sorrel concentrate that's being brought into the country, it is a disgrace.
The Agriculture Minister congratulated the inventors and said RADA stood ready to lend necessary support for the venture to succeed to the point where it can be offered on a commercial scale. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stacey Ann Smith. Thank you for watching.
Sweet Jamaica, we not left ya. Tough yam and banana, we not left ya.
Finger-licking jerk chicken, Hellshire fish and bami, we run down yam and banana, roast bread fruit, sweet potato pudding. Jamaica food sweet. This November is Eat Jamaican Month, so let's make a pledge to use more local produce and less foreign goods. Let's grow what we eat and eat what we grow.
Sweet Jamaica, we not left ya.
As long as you own a motor vehicle, one cannot get away from the insurance costs associated with those wheels. But there are certain things you can do to minimize the premium. Find out more next.
A cacophony of horns could be heard howling some sort of warning. They were followed by a tirade of abuse and high-pitched rambling from drivers. Then, deafening silence. It was the unexpected, another motor vehicle accident that could transform lives into a huge tangled mess of despair. Luckily, there was a safety net: auto insurance.
Auto insurance is used to protect motorists against each other, as well as to protect themselves for damage to their vehicles or to their passengers.
And apart from the protection it provides, Paragraph 4, Section 1 of the Motor Vehicles Insurance Third-Party Risks Act states that it is illegal for any person to use a motor vehicle on the road unless a policy of insurance is in place. This will ensure that if a traffic accident occurs, the victims, motorists, pedestrians, and passengers have some form of compensation for their loss. There are three main types of insurance policies for motor vehicles.
There's third party only, which is the one that's required by law, and that's the one that covers the other guy. It covers your passengers and it covers everybody else on the road. Your vehicle is not covered and you, the driver, are not covered.
Third-party theft and fire offers added protection, ensuring that motorists are compensated if their vehicles are stolen or destroyed by fire.
And then you have comprehensive, which is everything rolled into one. So you're getting fire coverage for your vehicle, theft coverage for your vehicle, and collision coverage for your vehicle, as well as a protection against you accidentally hitting somebody else on the road.
Based on the type of insurance policy, a number of factors may determine one's premium, the sum of money paid out to the insurance company. Factors include the age and the type of vehicle, the age of the policyholder and the driver of the vehicle, or the claims history of the driver.
Somebody with a list of accidents behind their name is going to have a higher premium than somebody without one. So As I said before, it's a case-by-case situation, and even though there's a general guideline that most insurers will follow in each insurance company, everybody is assessed individually.
The lesson in context: drive carefully. Now, there are other things you can do to lower the cost of your auto insurance. Shop around, compare premiums and benefits offered by insurance companies. Practice defensive driving, drive for yourself and others, and if possible, restrict the number of persons allowed to drive your vehicle. If you live alone, you can consider allowing yourself and a close family member or friend to drive your vehicle. Restriction will attract a lower premium as opposed to an open policy where anyone with your permission can drive the motor vehicle. Another thing you can do to lower your auto insurance is to suspend your policy if you will be off the island for an extended period of time. That's if no one else will be allowed to drive the vehicle. Discuss this with your insurance company, as there is usually some monetary benefit to this type of policy suspension. Installing a tracking device may also reduce your motor vehicle insurance premiums, but do the math. Ensure the tracking device bill isn't more expensive than the money you would save on the premium. You can also negotiate your deductible or excess to lower the insurance premium. A deductible is the amount of money a policyholder pays when there is an accident.
We have it there to avoid the minor fender benders. It would be uneconomical and administratively burdensome to deal with every single ding and dent at an insurance company. Also, we want the policyholder to have a stake in their vehicle.
So if a car values $2 million and the excess is 5% of the value of the vehicle, once the policyholder makes a claim on the insurance policy, he or she would have to contribute $100,000 towards the cost of repairing the vehicle. The excess is, however, refundable if another driver was at fault in the accident and your insurance company was able to settle with that driver's insurance company. To leave financial breathing room, one can also opt to pay their insurance premiums in parts, for example, twice a year. You may end up paying a little more, but at least your savings will not be severely depleted. Note, however, that if there is an accident, you may be required to pay off the premium upfront before you can claim on your policy. Now that we know some of the things we can do to lower the cost of auto insurance, let's turn our attention to what happens if there is an accident.
Take as many pictures as you can if possible on the scene of the accident. 2, get all the information for the other party as much as you can. That's name, who was driving, who owns the vehicle, again that's not always the same person, the type of vehicle, and any insurance details that you can get. Try and find a witness. Far too often we don't have enough claims where we have a witness statement, an independent witness. A passenger in your car doesn't count as an independent witness, especially when it's your husband or wife or brother or sister. Then go to the police and report it, and then you must report it to your insurance company.
So why does one's premium go up after an accident? Put it this way, experts say insurance is a pool of funds to which everybody has to contribute. If money from the pool has to be paid out, then the pool has to be readjusted to maintain its balance so that it can adequately compensate all contributors who may suffer a loss.
When you're in an accident and it's going to cost $1 million because somebody's injured and you have to fix the other guy's car, and your premium goes up by $10,000 or $20,000, you're still in the green $980,000. So don't look at it too much as a penalty of your premium going up, but of your contribution to the pool maintaining balance.
From January to June 2013, the motor vehicle insurance industry saw about 16,000 new claims and an increase in personal injury claims due to a change in culture and the legal system. The motor vehicle insurance industry also recorded about 450 thefts from January to June 2013. So, auto insurance is there to compensate victims of traffic accidents. Drive carefully on the roads. Determine the best insurance policy, one that provides adequate coverage while attracting a reasonable premium.
Each time you're not paying full attention to the road environment, the greater your chances of getting in a crash like that. Plan routes to avoid focusing on GPS systems. Prevent children from roaming in motor vehicles. Turn down the volume of car stereo systems. Pull off the roadway if you have to use mobile devices. Do not read, watch television or eat while driving. Avoid multitasking and keep conversations with other passengers to a minimum. Whether you walk, ride or drive, avoid potentially fatal distractions.
Young people, listen up. Have you ever heard of the parable of the servants who got 5 and 2 bags of talent each and later went out and gained more? Well, you can draw inspiration from that biblical story. Whatever it is that you can do, do it with all your might. If you can dance, dance. If you can sing, and I mean really sing, go ahead and showcase that special gift. Don't be like the servant who buried his 1 talent. Unleash it. You may just be able to learn something more about yourself and gain another extra special gift. Just reset the thing and get the courage to do things differently. After all, it's Youth Month.
Watch out for this, I did my best lyrics. Mash up the place, but you are not for this. Don't mean I miss number 1 funny list. Mash up the place.
Safety are what we are dealing with. Yo, respect authority and keep your dreams alive. School has to study, not fi fight. Hey, we need each other. Safe school are what we are dealing with. Yay, safety is a human right. Don't destroy your own destiny.
Building safer schools in safer communities.
Play it safe, grab a book, link a friend, talk out loud.
A message brought to you by the Safe Schools Task Force.
Safe school are what we are dealing with.
This message was paid for by the European Union.
The Ministry of Education has launched a program for a pilot school feeding menu in Region 1, that's schools in Kingston and St. Andrew. And just in case you missed the details of the program, we bring you highlights during School Zone.
Chicken, fried chicken. It's delicious and it's nutritious.
Come taste and learn. Today on School Zone, we explore the new pilot project by the Ministry of Education to standardize the new school feeding menu.
Good nutrition is very important for our students to learn. Very often when I'm going to work in the mornings, I see the children hustling off with a bag juice or with a cheese tricks or a biscuit, or they're drinking a cup soup, and all of those things that would never feature when I was growing up. Our Minister of Education, he wants to ensure that we are providing nutritious meals that will stimulate the learning of our students.
For the pilot in Region 1, it's Kingston and St. Andrew. Menus for regular school lunches have been designed and used for a 3-week cycle. So a cycle, 3 weeks. So there are days 1 to 5 for weeks 1 to 3. Then at the end of week 3, we start over again. There's also a 2-week cycle menu for students who are vegetarians.
The chicken is tasty. The entire meal is tasty.
There's a lot of nutrition in it, a lot of protein and those things.
Very delicious. I think it's good, very good. Tofu rice is the first time tasting anything like this. It tastes very nice, and I think it will hold.
Tofu, it's alright. It tastes good. First, when I eat it, then I want it to serve at school. Food was very nice and I love it, and I may be eating it again.
To support the children of this school, because most of the way, say we don't eat on a regular basis, and for this it's very good. It's a very good program.
And I think this is very good. I think it will enhance student performance.
Delicious.
Thank you very much. Oven fried chicken, tofu balls, spicy beets, just some of the exciting things on the menu for the Ministry of Education Pilot School Feeding Project. Tune in next time for more on School Zone.
My mother taught me how to work for what I want. And if you don't work for it, then you don't deserve it.
They always tell me, be yourself. Don't try to be like others.
They help me through tough times, good time, bad time, they're always there for me.
Once the family is good, teach the children the right things, then them can grow up on the right.
All children are super talented, learning things and pursuing tasks that may not come as natural to some adults. Up next, we'll unleash the creativity of the little ones in the performing arts.
That's exactly what's been happening to the kids we've encountered. Children as young as 3 years old have been bitten by the music bug.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
Music, it's everywhere. It's used in all aspects of human existence, so it's no wonder children would be drawn to it.
Music specifically is a great way for them to learn new things, to not just about music, but just about also social skills, being in a class.
Knowing new music.
And knowing new music, that's right. And also to appreciate different types of music, get an exposure to that at a very young age. That's why they're here.
Instructors at the Music House have a firm belief in the power of the art form.
I think music is a very important part of anyone's life. It can help with other parts of cognitive development, as well as it's a good way to have another alternative in terms of a career, bringing enjoyment to yourself, just the relaxing aspect of it, as well as sharing music with others.
The discipline of learning an instrument on your own, the intense concentration can only be of benefit. And it must be good for the brain. And in fact, it has been proven to be excellent for the brain.
Many parents are of like mind.
Music House has done wonders. You know, it also helps her to be a braver person, a more outgoing person as well.
I would like them to be more rounded individuals and to sharpen their musical skills.
I thought it was very important for him to learn how to play a musical instrument. I'm from a family that's musically inclined. Although it skipped my generation, I wanted him to learn to play a musical instrument.
Instructors at the Music House have also been using music as therapy for children with special needs.
Dance 'cause we are free.
Edna Manley College's junior department has that covered. Since 1966, the School of Dance has been tapping into and nurturing the moves of little ones as young as 3 years old. Trained teachers and teachers in training instruct 120 children in several dance forms, including ballet, traditional, jazz, dancehall and modern techniques.
Because the School of Dance has history. The School of Dance has a legacy and a tradition of excellence. We are in the business of educating teachers in dance, and so therefore we understand the process, the teaching and learning process of educating our young in this art form. We are an institution that is geared towards the development of the individual, the whole individual. And so therefore, they're not preparing for just a concept, we're preparing them for life.
The parents agree.
My reason for bringing my daughter here is twofold. One, I thought she needed to do some extracurricular activities. And two, for me, Edna Manley is the only national dance school in the Caribbean. So I thought it would be the best institution for me to have her exposed to.
But most of all,
I love to dance and I want to learn new things, make new friends.
So parents, the next time you are thinking of what other co- or extracurricular activities you can get your children involved in, remember,
our emphasis is on sharing the music and not necessarily on exams. We do not believe in exam pressure, and so there's more fun. And we've found that to be very successful.
And allows for them to develop their memory skills, their physical skills, concentration skills, their people skills, and it has the ability for fun. They're not only creating and being creative in an environment with a teacher or a facilitator, but they're having fun doing it. And you find that our children enjoy that process tremendously.
One good thing about music, when it hits you, I say one good thing about music, when it hits you. Oh, what a lovely, precious dream. To be young, instead of not. Open your heart. It's a new beginning. New day is dawning. It's time to arise. We are the gene of achievement and pride.
A bold new beginning, time for action. We have the spirit to fight on. This is Jamaica, this is our land. We have our future with God in our plan. We'll play our part building this great nation.
Let us make every effort to forge unity and resolve to work hard for our prosperity. Leaving our children a legacy of hope, breaking the shackles and smashing the old.
This is Jamaica. This is our land. We have our future with God in our plan. We'll play our part building this great nation. This is Jamaica.
Let me hear the children say,
this is Jamaica. This is our land. We have our future with God in our plan. We'll play our part building this great nation. This is Jamaica. Come on, everybody, let's sing. This is Jamaica. This is our land. We have our future with God in our plan. We'll play our part building this great nation. This is Jamaica. This is our land.
Jamaica, together we can.
And that's a wrap on this Friday's edition of Jamaica Magazine. Thanks for staying with us. Come back tomorrow for another great program on this station. You may send comments to Jamaica Magazine at jis.gov.jm. Follow us on Twitter at JIS News and visit our website, jis.gov.jm. On behalf of the entire team here at the JIS, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Do take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.